What?
Hello, Warriors. Dale Pinkert at TradeGATEHub.com, sponsored, powered by TradeView Markets. So last Friday, the dollar took out 102, closed above it. I was looking for one more low under par and a half to maybe 99 and a half. But if you don't learn how to change your mind, you won't have any change left. I think this weekly candle is significant. And I'd be buying pullbacks in the dollar, which means I would be selling rallies in cable up around these levels, 25.50 or so. That's a weekly. Let's break it down to a 4-hour. So right up here, around 25 and a half, 25.70 in the next day or so. I think that this pullback and breakdown under 109.40 would offer a nice shorting opportunity in Euro USD, and I'd be looking to buy the dollar. Now, I think that this dollar rally will not be widely embraced, and I know a lot of people want more confirmation, like back over 103 and a half. But when you look at this with the sentiment in the dollar and what I've been talking about, all the de-dollarization articles that have been floating around for a few months, it's going to take dollar bears a lot of price action to the upside and probably pain to be convinced that markets, even in a bear market, you could have very sharp bear market rallies. And that's what I think is going to happen, that we take out this high up here at 105 and a half and maybe stretch up towards even 110 in the weeks ahead. Of course, I'm wrong. Under last week's lows, that's what it would take for me to get negative again. I really want to talk about the S&Ps here because the market's trying again to get this declared breakout, get it over 4,200. Ran into a little bit of resistance today. So far 41.40. This stage of the topping process, what you want to start to see is the NASDAQ, which isn't happening today yet, begin to underperform the S&Ps. And they outperformed all the way up. I'd be looking for up days, which isn't happening at this point. You have NASDAQ up 0.4%, S&P's up 0.3%, so there's still the outperformance in NASDAQ. But you want to start looking for days when equities are up, that the NASDAQ isn't up as much, and on days when the equities are down, NASDAQ is down more in percentage terms than the S&Ps. As far as gold and silver go, I think that last week was very decisive in silver. I don't see many markets recover from this type of bearish candle on a weekly and then say this is a low. I think that we're headed towards a lot of confluence at 22 in the weeks ahead. So the narrative I'm still working is a dollar rally. And along with that dollar rally, I think you're going to get a rally in bonds. You know, we're right there. So we have to hold this triangle right here and break out over 109, and a sell-off in metals. And gold is really hanging on if you look at a 4-hour chart, which I'll pull up. Last week was not as damaging in gold. In fact, the gold shares held up much better than silver shares. But gold back under this 2,000 level, it's starting to look like a descending triangle with a horizontal support at 2,000, lower peaks. I think gold should stay under 2025, and then we take this out. It measures 1940, which is pretty close to the 1920 level. So just to recap, looking to sell RIPs in euro, in the pound, in Kiwi, in Aussie. Looking to sell RIPs in the S&Ps, still wrong for money management purposes, over 42. And here's my fundamental take on the debt ceiling. So we just had manufacturing come out today, very weak. The economy, there's no doubt about it, is weakening. It will continue to weaken as what the Fed did over the last year or so, and who knows if they're really going to pause or not, filter through the economy so that we're going to continue to have a weakening economy as monetary policy flows through, along with tighter credit conditions because of what's happening in the banking crisis that we're in is not going away. So if I was running for re-election and this was all happening under my watch, politically, I sure wouldn't want to take all the blame for this. So I think that Biden is willing to run out the clock for a clean debt ceiling increase without cuts. I know they're talking about that they could do both, but I believe it would give him cover going into next year if the economy is performing poorly, for him to say, well, the Republicans were behind it. I wanted to raise it, but they were trying to extort me. So that's my take on the politics in the U.S. I think there's still a good chance of a technical default ahead, and time will tell. Please join us if you're a trader and you have good ideas and you want to post charts and be part of a community where you could be getting ideas from other people, including Mike Venezia, which every day comes up with real nice trading opportunities for people. I don't trade as much as Mike, but that's what my course of action is, to buy dollar weakness this week and see what happens in equities. And I still think that I'm going to be able to buy gold and silver stocks cheaper. This is what I meant about silver shares taking it on the chin. Endeavor, Fortuna, compared to, and even the junior miners, gapping lower. So, and this is with silver prices still up here. What happens if we fall to 22? Where will those silver miners be then? I'm going to be very interested in finding out. So have a great day trading. Mike will be with you in about a little less than 2 hours. And Mike and I will see you tomorrow.